From the vast expanse of space, Earth appears as a fragile sphere, a pale blue dot suspended in the cosmic void. This tiny speck, seemingly insignificant in the grand tapestry of the universe, is our only home. This image, captured by Voyager 1, serves as a poignant reminder of our planet's delicate beauty and the interconnectedness of all life it sustains. It is a testament to the marvel of existence, a visual cue that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. It underscores a profound truth: we are one species, sharing one planet, facing a shared destiny. Our differences in culture, language and belief are but threads in the rich tapestry of human experience. The challenges of our time transcend national borders and ideological divides, demanding a unified response for the well-being of humanity and the preservation of our planetary home. Whether it is the fight against climate change, the quest for sustainable development, or the pursuit of global health, our actions must be coordinated and our efforts collective. This perspective from millions of miles away strips away the artificial constructs that divide us, the lines on maps, the differences in language, the walls we build between nations. It reveals the truth that we are all inhabitants of a single shared ecosystem. It reveals a fundamental truth: our planet is a closed system, a self-contained ecosystem where the actions of one nation reverberate across the globe. The air we breathe, the water we drink, and the climate we experience are all interconnected. Pollution respects no borders. Pandemics spread with alarming speed, and the consequences of climate change impact every corner of our world. The melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and extreme weather events are stark reminders of the urgent need for global action. The challenges we face, from climate change and resource depletion to global pandemics, are complex and multifaceted. They require innovative solutions and a willingness to work together across traditional boundaries. And economic inequality demand a level of cooperation and coordination never before seen in human history. The disparities in wealth and resources between nations must be addressed through fair and just policies. These are not merely national issues. They are global concerns that require global solutions. International organizations, governments, and civil society must come together to forge a path forward. Just as the challenges we face are interconnected, so too must our solutions be interwoven, transcending national interests to prioritize the collective well-being of humanity. Collaboration and solidarity are essential in building a sustainable future. As we stand at the precipice of an uncertain future, the image of Earth from space serves as both a sobering reminder of our planet's fragility and a beacon of hope. It calls us to action, to protect and cherish the only home we have ever known. It reminds us that we are all interconnected, sharing a common destiny on this pale blue dot. Our fates are intertwined, and our actions today will shape the world for generations to come. It is a call to action, urging us to recognize our shared responsibility to protect our planet and build a future where humanity can thrive in harmony with nature. By embracing sustainable practices, supporting environmental initiatives, and fostering a spirit of global cooperation, we can ensure a brighter, more resilient future for all. The history of humanity is a testament to our evolving capacity for cooperation and governance. From the dawn of civilization, humans have sought ways to live together harmoniously, creating systems and structures to manage their collective lives. From the earliest city-states of Mesopotamia to the sprawling empires of antiquity, humans have consistently sought ways to organize themselves into larger and more complex societies. These early forms of governance laid the groundwork for the intricate political systems we see today. Each stage of this evolution has brought about new forms of governance, reflecting the changing needs and aspirations of the people. As societies grew, so did the complexity of their governance structures, evolving from simple tribal councils to sophisticated bureaucracies. The rise of the nation-state, a relatively recent phenomenon in human history, marked a significant shift in global governance. This development was driven by the need for more organized and centralized control, allowing for more efficient management of resources and people. It ushered in an era of unprecedented national sovereignty, with individual states asserting their autonomy and pursuing their own interests. This newfound independence allowed nations to develop unique identities and cultures, fostering a sense of pride and unity among their citizens. While this system fostered economic growth and technological advancement, it also led to competition, conflict, and a fragmented approach to global challenges. The pursuit of national interests often came at the expense of international cooperation, leading to tensions and rivalries. The limitations of the nation-state system have become increasingly apparent in the face of global challenges. Issues such as climate change, pandemics, and cyber warfare cannot be effectively addressed by individual nations acting alone. Issues such as climate change, pandemics, and cyber warfare transcend national borders, demanding a level of international cooperation that the current system struggles to achieve. The interconnected nature of these problems requires a collective response, one that goes beyond the capabilities of any single nation. The interconnected nature of our world requires a new paradigm of governance, one that transcends the limitations of national sovereignty and embraces the concept of global citizenship. This new approach would prioritize collaboration and shared responsibility, recognizing that the well-being of one nation is intrinsically linked to the well-being of others. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, it is essential to recognize that the systems of governance that served us well in the past may not be adequate for the challenges of the present and future. We must be willing to innovate and adapt, creating new frameworks that can address the unique demands of our time. Just as humanity has evolved its forms of governance throughout history, so too must we adapt to the changing realities of our interconnected world. This evolution will require a willingness to embrace new ideas and technologies, as well as a commitment to working together for the common good. The need for a more unified and cooperative approach to global governance has never been greater. By coming together and embracing a shared vision for the future, we can create a world that is more just, equitable, and sustainable for all. The 21st century has brought with it a convergence of global challenges that are unprecedented in their scale and complexity. These challenges threaten the very fabric of our civilization, pushing us to rethink our approaches and strategies. Climate change, with its unpredictable weather patterns, rising sea levels, and mass displacement of populations, poses an existential threat to humanity. The melting of glaciers and the increase in natural disasters are stark reminders of the urgency of this issue. The rapid spread of pandemics, exacerbated by globalization and interconnectedness, highlights the fragility of our health systems and the need for a coordinated global responses. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown us how quickly a virus can spread across borders, affecting millions and overwhelming healthcare systems. Economic inequality, both within and between nations, continues to widen, creating vast disparities in wealth, opportunity, and access to essential resources. This inequality is not just a moral issue, but a practical one, as it fuels social unrest and hinders sustainable development. These interconnected challenges demand a fundamental shift in our approach to global governance. Traditional methods and isolated efforts are no longer sufficient. We need innovative and inclusive strategies that bring together diverse perspectives and expertise. They require a move away from narrow national interests towards a more inclusive and cooperative model that prioritizes the well-being of all humanity and the planet we share. This means fostering partnerships and building alliances that transcend borders and cultural differences. The interconnected nature of these challenges necessitates a paradigm shift in our thinking. We must recognize that our actions in one part of the world can have far-reaching impacts elsewhere, and that only through collective action can we hope to address these issues effectively. Climate change, for instance, cannot be addressed by individual nations acting in isolation. It requires a global effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, transition to renewable energy sources, and invest in sustainable infrastructure. International agreements like the Paris Accord are steps in the right direction, but much more needs to be done. It requires a global effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, transition to renewable energy sources, and invest in sustainable infrastructure. This includes not only technological advancements, but also changes in policy and behavior at both the individual and collective levels. Similarly, addressing pandemics effectively demands international collaboration on disease surveillance, vaccine development, and the equitable distribution of healthcare resources. The sharing of data and resources, as well as joint research initiatives, are crucial in combating global health threats. These challenges underscore the inherent limitations of the current nation-state system in addressing global issues. The pursuit of national interest often leads to fragmented efforts and missed opportunities for collective action. The pursuit of national interests, often at the expense of global well-being, hinders our ability to effectively address these shared threats. This myopic view can lead to policies that are short-sighted and ultimately detrimental to global stability and prosperity. This realization has fueled calls for a more unified and cooperative approach to global governance, one that transcends national boundaries and prioritizes the collective good of humanity. By working together, we can create a more just, equitable, and sustainable world for future generations.